Hi, welcome back. So, yeah, I had to pick a call. It's afternoon and I finished washing the. I'm working late. I still had to start. Hello, good morning. I thought that was going to work. Hello, good morning, and welcome to my channel. How are you from wherever in the world you're watching from? I hope you're well. I hope you're preparing well for Christmas and the festive season in general. For the newcomers here, my name is Josephine. I am from Kenya, magical Kenya in East Africa, and I live in Nairobi. I live on the outskirts of Nairobi near a beautiful city called Machakos, which is one of my hometowns. I thank you very much, all of you, for having supported me. We are now at 102 subscribers as per the last check, and I very greatly appreciate it. Don't mind how I am. I woke up today early. As those of you who've been watching know that the entire week I've just been busy, and I've been leaving the house every morning, every day. And most of the time I've been coming back in the evening or at night. And so there was a lot of pending work in the compound. Well, not a lot, just the finishing touches. And so I called in someone to come and help me. And the person, I think some dust entered my eye. And the person has another bit of job. He's working somewhere else, but because he graces me with favors, he told me, no, because I know if you're calling, the work is urgent, I'll come and do what bit I can, and then go on to my regular job. And then when I find time, I can come and finish. And so when he came, because he's a very hardworking person, he generally finished what it is that I wanted. There's another piece of work I want done, but not here, in another place. So we agreed that between today and tomorrow, he'll find time and he can do it. I have to be very strategic about getting people who help to work at agreeable rates, not cheap rates, but agreeable rates, because, and especially if they're good workers, I have to be as nice as possible to them. And because those are the few people I know, because they're not very many, who I know are reliable. If you call upon them and whatever kind of work you ask of them is what they're going to provide. And so I'm very glad that the morning started off well, and the job he has done I'm pleased with it. So now, I also woke up just busy. Yesterday I was feeling very lethargic. I think it's just a hangover from the mental stress I've been having because of the incident that happened, plus the follow-up on that, plus the daily work I've had to do. Going into town is very stressful from where I am. It is, no lie, I mean, it's just what it is. because leaving the house going to the stage already is quite a walk, and when you get there, we are not at where the final stop of the transport public service vehicles. So normally they'll get, if it's a very busy day, they'll get full at the earlier stages, and so it's very common to wait for an hour or more for your vehicle to come. And then if it does come, and if it is not a very popular vehicle, it's going people are going to keep most people will have just onboarded it for short stages, meaning that the longer route getting into town, they'll have to stop at some stages, and they can stay for anything up to 20-30 minutes to wait for passengers to fill in, so that they can make their due returns for the day, to pay the employer and to pay themselves. That is the driver and the matatu tout. And so it gets exhausting traveling like that in the morning and then coming in the evening. And of course, where you have gone, I need to work. And it's not just for me. I mean, I applaud the working class a lot who come from places like Ruai, Rongai, Kitengela, Ruaka, far off places from the city center, and where there's an issue with getting transport easily. It's very taxing on them. I mean, this is one thing that our government really needs to step up on. I can see that there are plans to put up the rail system. I'm praying that that works, because if we can have intersecting railway services going further than they currently are, because there are areas that are being serviced right now, and it's such a big load off the shoulders of the people who live there. If that could be extended to the surroundings areas around Ruai, that would help, because now Ruai was previously very unoccupied, and so it wasn't put in the major plans the city plan. It wasn't very considered very high, very much in previous city planning period. But now this population has grown a lot. It has really grown a lot, and so I think it's a high time that that was put into consideration. So today it's just going to be busy. I think I might receive some visitors, or I might not. Tomorrow is a public holiday, and usually preceding a public holiday, and plus it's also festive season, it's very likely that visitors may come through. So either way, I'm prepared, and I want to go and wash the house now, and then have brunch. I'm pushing myself so that I have brunch. Oh, yesterday I was fed. You saw the lunch I had at what is it called, Hometown Restaurant or something. That was very nice. And then later on, I passed by my auntie's place, and my cousins just gave me another little feast of tea with cake. And I'm like, my body was just singing yesterday, all full of goodness, goodness, goodness in the stomach. And so I'm grateful. But I haven't eaten, and I've woken up running, and I'm going to be, after I bathe, I'm not going to be doing much. The very goodness is that I have, how many videos in line? 1, 2, 3. I'm on point for what I told you, Vlogmas. I'm going to be hitting you double a day. Yesterday, unfortunately, I only did one because I was traveling a lot. I didn't manage, but at least I did one. Yeah, that's all that matters. And I think I did it before midnight. I hope so. Sorry in case I'm saying what didn't happen. But every day by midnight, I'll have until Christmas, and afterwards I'll be uploading at least one full video and a bonus if it's possible. So welcome to the channel. Please remember to like and subscribe. Your comments are welcome, and you can sign up for notifications of when new videos are coming up. When you see me putting what is it called, a premiere, that is totally by accident. I've not liked the premieres the way they do, and they're giving me a headache having to upload them off the phone. So I'm just going to be doing instant premiere and just straight up uploading. I'm wishing you a very good day, or a good afternoon, or a good evening, or a good night if you're about to go to sleep. If you're unwell, I wish you healing. If you've lost a family member or a friend, I wish you comfort that surpasses understanding from our Lord Jesus Christ. And if you're feeling down and lonely and gloomy, cheer up. Look on the bright side of life. The worst is yet to happen. You can rise again. You are beautifully and wonderfully made in the eyes of Jesus. You are a creature of the universe. You are put here for a purpose. And it doesn't matter if nobody has seen the purpose, it's inside you. So strive to achieve that purpose. And I pray that it may make your day shine, your life shine, your year shine, your month shine. Happy December, folks. Happy festive season, folks. Thank you very much for staying on my channel. If you'll permit me, I'm going to excuse myself now. I go and wash that house really clean. I have to use a lot of water. I have to use a lot of soap. I have to do a very heavy rinse. I'm going to be thoroughly sweating by the time I finish that. I'm not going to be wearing this because I'm in the house and you can't see me. What I do is that when I'm washing the house, I dress down very much. Yeah, very much, because I always know by the end of it, I'm going to break into a really heavy sweat. And then after that, I'm going to take a rest. You remember what I said? Always rest before you get tired. Don't wait to get exhausted and then you rest. And very luckily, my nails have stayed on because I haven't been doing very heavy work. But I need my laundry to be done again, so I'm going to arrange for that. One of my the main clothesline that I usually use was removed during the renovations. So I need to find out where to tie it on so that it doesn't choke people when they are bypassing. Even this, I just put it up temporarily. I have to figure out afresh. And I can't use the fencing poles because I saw that when I use those, they spoil. So I have to have one new pole. Actually, now I have enough space to have clotheslines, metallic clotheslines embedded in the soil. Oh my goodness. The development has come so much until it has made me forget that there are bigger and gooder things to do because I hadn't been able to. Yeah, I'm going to install the metal clotheslines that can be, yeah, that are permanent on the ground, specifically for clothes, not using trees, not using fencing poles. Yes. So welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for coming in. Uganda. Neanziza nyo 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 nyo. Mlimtia. I appreciate that you are now the newest nation on my channel where I have viewership. I appreciate Nanziza nyo 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 nyo. Mkama wakume. Uganda is my second home. Uganda hosted me and my children for 12 years. It gave us love, it gave us understanding, it gave us warmth and loving kindness, and it matters the world to me. It's like having an adoptive mother. Yes. And so I am so grateful to know that my friends, my adopted relatives, my adopted children, my adopted so many people, kinds of relatives are now online and watching me. I appreciate it very much. So take care, all of you, whatever it is you're doing, keep on doing it and do it well and do it with intention to be good to other people. Let's keep the goodness flowing to each one of us across the world, across the globe, online and out of line. I wish you well and thank you for staying on the channel. Hit the subscribe button and you'll excuse me. I go finish the little chores I have to do and then we'll get back together. And we pray that this may be a good and wonderful day that is created by the Lord. It is cloudy today, so I'm going to give you a 360-degree view of the sky over Ruai. It's dark clouds. I think I'm going to move a bit. Yes, it's dark clouds, but it's sweltering hot despite the clouds. It's very, very hot. Yeah, despite that cloud cover, it's very hot. It's very hot, and it's been threatening to rain. There's been a few drops of drizzling, but no rain yet. So thank you and welcome. Yeah, I had to pick a call. So since I finished that, and I don't know what I'm going to have for breakfast, for brunch. I don't have the energy to cook, so I think what I'm going to do is, and I can see the lady who has the informal eating place is open. So because I'm tired, that is probably what I'm going to take, and then I'll know that that settles it for breakfast and for lunch. So that at dinner time is when I'm going to cook, and I'm not going to buy anything expensive. I think what time is it now? Oh, it's noon. So she's already made lunch. So I'm probably going to buy food worth 80 shillings is about what? It's about 55 cents US dollar or something of the sort. Anyway, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then oh yeah, the goodness is that sometimes I take on credit. Like now, because I don't have a shilling on me, I'm just going to go to her, and that's good neighborliness. And we all understand that you can't have money all the time. But because I frequently go to buy bits and bites, and when she makes, I'm a frequent customer. She's going to agree, of course. So I'm going to have free lunch. It's not quite free because I'm going to have to pay for it later on. But yeah, I'm going to go and get some food there. And in the week when I get money, of course, I'll sort her. In Kenya, we say, you'll sort somebody, meaning you'll make your due payment. It's a hot and sunny day, and I realized that I haven't done my craft. I haven't done craft work for a very long time. I used to be a very avid arts and crafts creator, and I'm going to start wearing some of the products that I've made for you to see: bracelets, necklaces, earrings. Well, I'm very when you're creative. That's why it's called being crafting. I'm very crafty with my hands. I mean, I know I make very beautiful things. The thing that I'm not good at is selling. Um, I'm very good at selling services, but selling commodities, selling tangible things, pleading for people to buy something, requesting people to buy something. When I sold soap, I did very well because it also involved a lot of customer care, which I'm good at, and it also involved a lot of service sales. I mean, I was selling them the service. But when it comes to things of beauty and house decor, I don't know. Anyway, I failed in that. I didn't become a good marketer, but I can make them very well. So I think I'm looking up so hard. I'm craning my neck a lot. So I'm going to restart that, and I think I'll bring you on the journey of doing that. Yeah, I'll invite you to come with me on the journey of that because I make them at home. I also sew a lot. I sew a lot, and I sew by hand. And I need to learn how to use a machine because I mean opportunities can come up. It's one thing I had told myself. I'm going to go into what into a to a tailoring school. Yes, probably in the beginning of the year, I'm going to join a tailoring school just so that I can have it's good to learn something. I'm also thinking I'm going to get someone who can be teaching me I know how to plait. I mean, most Kenyan girls, very many Kenyan girls have grown up knowing how to make basic plating because we start by plaiting grass when we are small. We plait thread, we plait. So I know how to plait. If it is what we call matuta, is something like this, which is a standalone strand. This one's a lot of people know how to make, whether it is twisting it or whether it's braiding it, whether it's plating it. What is the one that requires more of a skill is the braiding. Now, when it's this, but you make them in a line, when you make lines, yeah, and then there are even women and girls who are in professional, who are very executive professionals, but they can braid, they can make lines, what we call Swahili lines. They can make beautiful matutas. You look at people are just sitting on skills silently, but there are people that can do very, very amazing hair work, but they have careers in something else, and they probably never do it even to their own children. I mean, I'm that one kind of person who I never like a skill to sit still for very long without doing something. I think my artistry, together with my children, and I've ingrained it into my children for a long time. is we input it and we express it in so many ways. It's in the way we decorate our homes, it's in the things that we choose to wear, it's in the things that we like to have around us, it's in the things that what kind of cutlery we are going to buy, what kind of plates we're in everything. We look at the artistic nature of it. And I think that's so lovely, because there's something very calming about watching artfully crafted anything. May it be a curtain, may it be a piece of cloth, just something that has an artistic, something that you can see it draws out your attention. It's not just a random pattern, but it is a well thought of, created and created piece of artwork. Is very pleasing to the eye and is very calming. So I think I'd like to bring to your notice. You remember, some of you, again, those who watch my videos, a few weeks back, I don't know exactly when, I can pull up the video. I think I'm going to tag it here. The place where I normally pass, where the trees are, and the ones that I say, the blue gums, that they are leaning windward side. Not even windward, they're leaning towards the wind and not away from the wind, and which I find very surprising. And remember that when I was walking past those trees, I went to touch them, and I talked about how being close to trees and feeling different textures of trees, touching trees, being next to them, hugging them, being able to interact with a tree is therapeutic and should be practiced more often for people who have traumas of different kinds, whether it's whether it's a mental trauma, whether it's a physical trauma. I mean, people who've undergone any sort of trauma need to be near trees, and they need to be near trees that have character. There are trees that draw calmness, and there are trees even by the bark and by the everything. There's, I mean, it's not all trees. Even when you're talking about therapy, it's not all trees. Some trees by their nature are not pleasing to touch, they are not pleasing to be nearby, they have all sorts of I don't know what I'd call it, but they are not calming to you, to your persona. But there are those kind of trees, like what I saw with the blue gums, the texture, the coloring, the the curvature of the tree, that is healing, and it's traumatic. And so when I saw this young lady who's been on a Guinness, trying to beat a Guinness record and to impart a message about the importance of using trees for calmness and for healing, I just thought, it just came to my mind that, bang, this is somebody who took that idea and ran with it. Or if they had thought of it, oh well, good. We were on the same trajectory. But that's something that I've always known as a fact, and I've always practiced, and I've always has inspired me so much. I remember this was about how many years back? Is it about 10 years back? Yes, about 10 years back. I went on a research, and we went to Makindu area, Makindu, Kibwezi, that area along Mombasa Road on Ukambani side. And when we were, while the survey was going on, we bypassed a place, and my fellow, what is it called, research assistants were like, what are you stopping for? And I told them I had to stop and admire the trees. They have trees that look like blue gums. I don't know what kind of trees. Maybe some of you who know about that kind of tree might tell me. And where else have I seen? But that's the only place where I've seen them. I don't know if I saw one in Mombasa, in Watamu, while I was in Watamu. I don't remember, but I think I remember I've seen one of those trees somewhere else. The barks of the trees, because the bark peels a bit like the blue gum, it has, you see these colors, but it has sea green shades of, actually, you see how this cushion is? The stripes on the back of that tree are almost like this, coming downwards, but a bit hazy, not like quite straight. But they veer towards sea green azure blue, not sky, there's a mix of sky blue and royal blue and sea green, and it is the most beautiful tree that I've ever seen. I mean, I could not believe it. I was totally in shock. The back of the tree looks like, you see the rocks that there are some rocks which have that kind of coloring, which again brings to point maybe what people keep saying, rocks are just fossilized trees. Because I am telling you, I remember my dad used to have a very big geological book. I don't know where that book went. I know to get such a book right now would be thousands, hundreds of thousands of shillings. But we had it when we were young. And for me, it was a treasure. I think when I was in my teens. And that book was about stones, about geological stones and precious, especially precious stones. And oh God, the wonder of God. You have to see the array of beauty that God has created for you to know the awesomeness of God. And for you to understand that the link between you and us and God will never, can never, is never going to be determined by another human being. No, 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 no. It's a direct connection. And we keep on getting proof. That's why God, we are told, be still and know that I am God. In your stillness, look around you. And when I looked at that book, I used to go into a wonderland of, I think, I don't know, but God is awesome. God is awesome, yeah. Because the beauty and the magnificence of the color combinations of rocks, stones, we call them precious stones, but they're just rocks, is mind-boggling, beautifully nice. And so these trees had shades of green, and then they almost look as if they are glimmering. Do you know? They I'm lost for words how to explain them, but all I can say is that they have like stripes, and the stripes don't have, like, you see, this has yellow, it has cream, it has brown. No, those have, if it is greenish, it has sea green, um, a marble green, something green, and looks as if it's shimmer. I was just so awestruck. And so to imagine the process of, this is a tree coming from the ground, and it's not producing these colors in leaves, it's not producing these colors in flowers, it's producing these colors in its bark. It's not even its bark, that's what it's called its trunk, because the trunk has bark that keeps on peeling off, peeling off, peeling off. Yeah, I just thought that that's so important to, as I put my solidarity with this Trofena girl, just to say that she's just taken that to a whole new level. But that's something that holds very true. It is a fact. Well, you don't have to hold it like, the way she's hugging it for hours and hours and hours. But no, I can imagine that if it's somebody who's been sick, who's been bedridden for months, who still has their sight intact or their sense of touch intact, and they are taken in the shade of such trees, and even if they can't move, they are made to move and probably touch these trees, feel their texture, look at the colors. That's not going to be the same person if they stayed there, even if they just stayed there 5 hours, taking in something to drink in between, taking in a meal, resting under the shade of the same trees, and being left to their thoughts with the trees while still being in the company of the medical personnel or the caregivers, but again shielded from the wind and shielded from the glare of the sun. Yeah, that is much more healing than putting a screen there in front of the hospital bed. Yeah, and putting in windows that have blue curtains and telling yourself blue heals. No, Just put a screen that looks like a beautiful sunny day somewhere. I don't know, creators of hospitals, what do they think? Why do you have white ceilings? I have never in my life understood how thoughtless directors of hospitals are. Well, owners, creators, whatever they are. I'm not talking about government and everything. I'm talking about private where they can afford this. And even government, there are people who are there, think tanks who are involved in stuff like this. Why do you have a plain white ceiling? You could put a mural of the sky with birds. You could put a mural of people walking in the, give people hope. Why do you have walls painted white? It's so constricting. I hate it. I absolutely loathe it. I find it so cold. No wonder people hate hospitals. No, put things that are enlivening. I remember I was so impressed when I went to Kenyatta Hospital maternity. Oh, I was impressed because the curtains they drew had pattern. I think it's the first hospital I went to where it wasn't just dotted or cream or gray or some funny, dull, boring, sick, sick, still making me feel sick color. That was very beautiful. This was a Kenyatta Hospital private ward. I don't know about the rest of the places, but I gave them a thumbs up. I gave them a thumbs up. That's the way it's supposed to be. And I remember, if I'm not wrong, I remember that watching movies, the post-war, no, during the war, where hospitals were, a lot of times, and English movies, that's what we used to use it to watch a lot anyway when I was younger, when we didn't have Bollywood, even if there were there, we didn't know about all this Hollywood and what. And most of the movies, whether they were English or American, before hospitals was multi-storied, huge mansion buildings, they used to be in a countryside setting, and the sick people would be wheeled outside to go and sun outside, and there were beautiful lush gardens around hospitals, and food was pleasing to the eye and to the palate. But now, in fact, let me not even say it because I might get abusive to some hospitals. But if I was to give a critique of the food that is served in hospitals, just based on the visits to hospital I've done in the past 3 years, I wish airlines would be commissioned to come and provide food to hospitals. The mix would be so beautiful because people would be getting healed. In fact, people would be coming to stay in hospital just for the food, even when they are well. But otherwise, our hospitals in Kenya are okay. They are already a con. Now, when it gets to food, they are on another different level of con. They are so connish that I think I just need a whole video to talk about the conmanship that is in hospitals in Kenya. Oh, the food is a con game. It's a total con, and I dare any hospital to come here and show us the menu. 5-day menu or 7 days, since they're operational every day. 7-day menu for different kinds of patients, well thought of. Even patients who it's well written that this patient should not have starch and should not what. And then you look at what is being served and you wonder, uh, so why don't you just put it in a tube and feed the patient? Because it is unappealing. It is. Before I go on, why do hospitals uh, cover food in plastic? Yeah, I know you're serving many people, but what would be wrong with having containers that have covers or custom made plates that can have covers? Why do you cover food in plastic foil? Is it safe? Or is it the way to go because plastic foil is for covering food? Anyway, I don't know, but in my view, it should be there in a container. So, but anyway, I'm just critical. I'm just one of those Kenyans who I'm totally negative about the level of provision of services vis-a-vis the monies that you pay for the same services in institutions, especially hospitals. There are so many others, but especially hospitals. Yeah. So I'm going to go and eat my food. Since it's almost lunchtime. I don't know if I'm going to walk with you there. If there are other people, of course, I shy to what to vlog when there are people who might not want to be seen in on camera. And my back is aching. I am getting old. My goodness, I get tired so fast nowadays. And no, I didn't overdo things today. I just well, the house was, yeah, I did do a lot of work, but I didn't overdo. But I'm feeling really. Oh yeah, I know why. Because remember the other time I said that it would have been nice. I would have helped myself so much if I could get a massage, or if I could have a hot shower and it massages my back. So I think I should plan to go swimming, before Christmas. Yeah, I think that's the only therapy that is going to completely soothe me. That one I'll come. You'll come along. I haven't swam swimmed. I haven't swum in years. Yeah, in years. But I have a swimming costume. I hope it fits. It fits. Being tight, a swimming costume being tight is not a. It's not what. It's not a crime. I'll just wear it as it is, and I'll bring you along to go with me swimming. So let me go eat, then come and edit a bit. No, I'm not editing anything. I have ready videos. Ooh, pray for me to be able to make it. And to find material for you that is interesting. I want to be in a different area with a different background. In within the episode, every different segment, I want it to be a different background. And very soon I'll even be in different clothes every few segments. But I want the background to really change. I want to be able to film when I'm further away and you're seeing more of me. And I'm just trying to, because the compound is bigger now, I'm going to see how I can, what parts I can hang up the camera or the phone or stuff. But you can see more of the full body me, so that some of you stop wondering what has just been, especially the ones who are new. What does she really look like? What is what? Yeah, on my weight loss, I'm making progress. I'm making progress. Things are fitting comfortably. They're fitting comfortably, and I've maintained my reduced not calorie intake. Let me talk about calories, stuff that I don't know. My reduction of intake of food, and I've increased not increased. Oh yeah, increased how much walking I'm doing, and of course also how much liquids I'm taking, what I'm taking. And oh yeah, I remembered. I still haven't done my teeth. I haven't done my teeth. Yeah, that's a money issue. I need to go for teeth cleaning and teeth whitening and tartar removal, and that costs money that I don't have. But I'll get. There's a new year coming, and there's hope. Yeah, and there's hard work. So thank you very much. Please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons. And I have another call, and I'll talk to you later. It's afternoon and I finished washing the dishes. Does any of you have a shortage of sunshine where you are? Because we have a double portion and we can surely assist you with some. My goodness, the sun is so hot. It's so hot. And then we had an electricity outage for a few hours, but luckily I didn't notice because I was washing dishes. I finished washing dishes. I've left them drying in the bucket in the sun. I don't know if you can see. At the same time, I've also taken out the carpet. I'll be washing it. My hand is getting tired. I'll be washing it. I'll be washing it probably in the next either tomorrow. I can use it. I can wash it in the bathroom because I have running water. I just keep turning, but I need now somebody to come and help me to. Or I can wash it on the grass, but I need to look for a pipe or just carry bucketfuls. No, on the but usually I wash it on the grass, and then I place a large plastic paper on the ground so that it sits on top. And then when I'm rinsing, I put it on a drum so that the water can run off. That's why I want to put the hanging line, which is made of wire. I want to put it when it's double. Usually I put when it's one strand. I want to put when it's double. I'm looking for the trees which are going to be able to hold. I don't want to put it over the fence actually. Yeah, I just need somewhere strong. If I had money, I'd just build a. And when I get money, I said positive thinking. When I get money, I'm going to build a big cement slab, and that will be for washing, whether it's blankets with a drainage off. It will be whether it's for washing blankets, whether it's for washing carpets, whether it's for washing, even if it's for doing laundry, but it will be a big slab with an outlet and one which can be cleaned and which is a bit raised so that even on hot days people can sit there. If you have children, I'll make it like what, not like a tub, but like a what, like with just like a half foot raised edge on all sides, but with a drainage, so that sometimes you can just put stuff there. Even if it's maize, you can dry it there, because it gets so hard when you don't have lines or stuff places where you can hang carpets. I guess that's why carpet cleaners have those heavy metal bars, but I wouldn't put a metal bar just for washing carpets. I don't wash that frequently. So I'm glad the day is going on well. I went to the lady who sells food, takeaway food, and I had ugali. Ugali is maize meal, cooked maize meal, and then omena. Omena is the small fish, the ones which have which people say that you see some chefs cutting off the heads. As we don't cut off the heads, in fact, they add up all to the sweetness. So that fish is made fried, very tasty, and then you have with greens on the side that are fried with onion only without tomatoes, and it ends up being very sweet. And one thing about ugali, okay, I didn't manage to finish because they give very hefty portions. But one thing about ugali is that it makes you sleepy. It really goes and sits down in your stomach and sits comfortably. And yeah, that's why it makes people very strong and very big bodied. Tribes that have ugali as their staple food have very, like Luyas. Yes, especially like Luyas and Luas, they are genetically made differently because of years of eating very strong food. Even Baganda, I actually also of course have well, actually for them it's so rich. They also have sim, they have what, they have millet. Their bone structure is different. It's just different from ours. Yeah, it's genetically they foods. I think foods like can attune our genetic makeup to change to a certain type. And so good foods make us stronger, bigger. The weaker the type of food you're eating, the less strong bodied you become. Yeah, and then over the years it just goes passing down the change of gene until you end up with wispish people. In that case, I don't know what Europeans have eaten over time immemorial. They must have just been eating animals, raw protein, because it has always baffled me. Why do they have such huge, strong bodies on average? They are really tall. They are really strong. Yeah, we have some who are not, but on average, Europeans have very strong bodies. Or yeah, I think I can attune it to whatever carbohydrate they were taking was very strong, and then they did a lot of protein again because of winters, so everything would grow exponentially. Yeah. There's an explanation between anything. So don't ask me about Chinese, Japanese, what they were eating, and yeah. Again, for every to make even just saying. So thank you. It's afternoon. I'm feeling lazy. I'm not even feeling tired. I'm feeling lazy. I've taken a nap. And it's one of those days where I don't even feel like taking a walk. I did a lot of work very fast in the morning when we were clear cleaning up and rearranging stuff here for the burning and everything. I think I know I must have. And since today is my resting day, I shouldn't be complaining. I'm happy about it. I Let me rest for once. Let me really have a rest. Like it's not even going to be really a rest because I've not sat down. I'm looking forward to the day which one of these days I'll really like sit the whole morning, not have to go anywhere, the whole afternoon, just taking it easy around the compound. Then I'll know I've fully rested. But these other things that I call resting are resting in between work. Yeah, but it's okay. I'm not working for anybody. I'm working for myself for the betterment of my future tomorrow. So I cannot complain. Electricity, the has just the electric. What do you say? The power has just resumed. So I want to go and see about uh, editing. Editing of no, there's no editing actually. This video I'm just uploading. I'm not, as you can see, I'm no longer doing very fine edits. I'm leaving most of the shots very raw and uncut. Yeah, so that you can see better of me, more of me, and less and less shots of me each looking like I scripted a scene or anything. Yeah. So oh yeah. So yeah, I'm going to lie down a bit, just watch TV, relax. And about swimming, I'm going to really think about that. It should be this week. Tomorrow is a public holiday. Maybe I'll see about making it tomorrow. But tomorrow it will be so crowded. Everywhere will be so crowded. That's going to be Friday. So Saturday, yeah. Saturday, I think I'm going to go for swimming. Go just enter the pool, waddle like a duck. Floating, I'm very good at floating. Swimming, I may not be so good, but revive the few moves that I know. It will make me properly tired, but it will give me a very good night's sleep, and it might relax the muscles, the knotted muscles that I'm feeling paining me a bit. Not all the time, but once in a while, I'm feeling like I have knotted muscles that really need unraveling. Is it unraveling? No, that needs unknotting. Yeah. So I'll talk to you in a while. It's what time? It's only 3:39 and it's feeling like it's so late. Because I'm so tired. Yeah, because I'm so tired. But I'm tired and happy. I'm tired and happy. Happy matters all the much. So thank you for staying on the channel. Remember to hit that subscribe button. I'm so sorry I can't do much today. I can't even come out to take you anywhere. Maybe I just need a longer nap and something else to, or maybe I need a drink. On second thoughts, yeah. I mean, it's a bad here. Oh, shoot. It was on the tap. I wanted to turn the camera slowly and see if I would catch it, but it has gone away. But I'll talk to you later. Yeah, so what I normally do if I'm not editing in the oh dear, I'm really so fatigued. When I'm not editing, I like to watch other YouTubers. Oh, volume. I like to compare how their editing is, how their videos are being made, what angles they're shooting from. It's not quite copying, but it's learning, because some of them are experienced YouTubers, and I look at people with numbers. Uh, I look at people whose channels have numbers, and then I try and see what is it that was so captivating about them that people are watching their channels so much. How are their topics written? How is their content? And then I compare, and we all have different niches. We all have different things that we're presenting, but that kind of helps me to know where I stand. Another thing is that I watch my own videos. I watch my own videos and then critique myself, see what I could have done better, what I could change, where I could improve on. Yes, it's very important to do a self analysis. Yes, self analysis. Find out the clarity of the videos. Find out the sound. How is the sound coming out to viewers? What language have I used? How are the backgrounds of some of the places I was? What when I hold the phone, because I don't use a GoPro, I just use an ordinary phone. When I'm at certain angles, how is it looking in the eyes of the viewer? And what should I improve on? Which other angles should I change and concentrate on more? And I keep on saying it's a learning process. I go on developing. Yep, my content creation abilities slowly by slowly. I really am tired. I've really been moving around a lot, and sometimes I feel so guilty when I'm saying I'm tired, because there are people who are working hard so much. There are people who are coming out every day, going to farms, going to offices, trekking for miles, sitting in the hot sun doing so much, and they stick and bear it patiently. I'm also doing a lot, yes, not as much, but oh gosh, yeah. But I like to consider that I'm so much more blessed than many people, and so I shouldn't complain. So this is not really a complaint, it's just stating things as they are. I'm much older now, and though I run around and I feel energetic, I don't have the energy of a very young person anymore, and so I need to slow down sometimes. But oh gosh, I'm so, oh gosh, I'm so sorry. But there's so much to do and so little time to do it, and I just like things to be done and to be done quickly. It's coming to festive season. After festive season, it's going to be January. There'll still be stuff to be done in January that is also going to be urgent. So I don't want to lag behind on anything, not if I can help it. If it requires a big financial input, then yeah, that's understandable, because I don't have the finances. But if it's little money, I'd rather get into debt. I'm going to go into debt, but I'm going to accomplish one small thing, because the small things piled up together become this one big thing. And then when you've delayed for a long period, you have to do a bulk of things, and then you get overwhelmed, because almost everything I'm doing is money. And so that's why I'm always in a rush. I want to do this and complete it, and then I want to do the next thing and complete it. And home improvement never ends. And home improvement makes it easier for the residents' personal improvement, because it gives you peace of mind. It gives you wellness of living in a orderly atmosphere and neat and nice and clean. And it's also secure, because it's also security, because it prevents a lot of vermin being around your space. And anyway, it's just good to be in a surrounding that has a nice ambience, so that your whole wellness when in that surrounding feels good. So it's just many things. And gosh, I am so sorry for keeping on yawning. This must be looking so bad. You'll just pardon me. Yeah. And that's why I'm keeping on saying that come next year, one of my biggest aspirations is going to be to get a regular income. Yeah, a regular income. And I can say that the type of income I'm looking for is a medium income earners pay. I'm not going to say how much, but something that is enough to sustain me to pay for my basic uh, basic needs and basic requirements and basic responsibilities within the community, within the church and family, because those also pile up. They are quite a number, and for different various reasons. So I'm going to make sure. And what I said, I've been working on it. I can see fruits. Uh, I can see progress. Progress is going to happen, and also because I'm determined, and I am that kind of person that if I keep telling myself something, I get the impetus to work on it a bit more. So I'm working on it continuously. I'm in contact with people that I've not been in contact with for a long time, because reviving connections, relevant connections, is one of the best ways to get yourself into what am I looking for? Contracts or commissionings to do something, or invitations to do something where there's a monetary benefit. Yes, that that sort of thing. And oh gosh, today I just remembered, it's been a while. You see, what keeping busy is very good. It's been a while since I thought about the loneliness issue. You remember that some while back I was so lonely. Of course, I still am basically. I just don't have that feeling of having an extra need to have somebody in my life, and that is because I'm busy. When you're not busy, the idle mind has a different set of thinking than the mind that is busy. And so now, because I'm busy, yes, I still do need somebody in my life, and I can't help thinking, because and there's nothing materialistic about it. If I had somebody in my life, some of these small things that disturb me, correction. If I had a man in my life, better still, if I had a responsible man in my life, as in a partner, a boyfriend, a friend, somebody who has an attachment and who has intention of getting serious into my life, because it always must start somewhere, even if it's just a friendship. If I had that person in my life, I think it goes without saying that I wouldn't be struggling so much with some of these things. It's a given. There's nothing to discuss it about it. It's not a question of, oh, maybe I'm thinking about men just because of money. No, 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 no. If somebody comes into your life, it's one of the things that entails love and affection and intention to go further, is that they want to assist you to make life easier for you. And of course, I'll be that person is going to be in many ways better off than me, whether it's financially, whether it's in age, hopefully. Yeah, because I don't. It may happen I might meet somebody who's younger and experienced in worldly ways. Yes, because I want somebody that I can look up to, not physically, look up to in so many ways, for advice, for assistance, for upliftment, for, of course, for a laugh, for encouragement, for love. Love itself, love is very big on the list. And with love comes so many things. Comes advice, comes guidance, comes discussions, comes dialogue about different things. And because sometimes you find that people that are in the age gap of people that I'm hoping I'll date, 60 to 67, 68, that person will definitely be wiser than I am in very many ways. And they should be, not they will be, they should be able to help me financially in some of these small things that I need, that are necessary to make life around me easier. And what happens is that when a woman has a man who's a provider, is a keeper, is a protector, is a guide, is a what is an encourager, is an uplifter, in a very short period, that person sorts problems that would have taken a very much longer period if the woman were not with them. And once these problems are finished, the woman, you're like, okay, I thought this would take 6 months. I thought this would take a year. I thought this would take 3 months. I thought this would be accomplished in the next 2 years. So it's all done now. So now the projects that the woman embarks on henceforth are projects involving her and the man, or projects within the man's life, or projects within that are in a whole other new realm. And that is when there's the beauty of understanding, of of what of openness, of transparency between the two, and when there's intention to do good for the other in every aspect of life. But if you find there's pretense on the part of one, if you find there's hesitation on the part of one, if you find there's too much questioning with intention not to be involved in the other person's life, or things become difficult. Things become difficult. But I put a lot of my requests to God, especially things for which I have, to a large extent, no control. I do my bit. I'm not the type to sit down and say, oh God, please help me. I'm sitting here and I'm hoping for the miracle. No. I'll do the groundwork myself, and I'll pray that God guides me where I go wrong, that I may see it early, I may evade the problem, I may come out of it in good time. And so right now, uh, currently I'm not in a dating app. I can't even believe this. There's a time when I was so intentional, I was so on point, I was so frequently on the dating app looking for someone and trying to match up, and with all the disappointments and everything. But now I'm at a space, and and actually it's true, when you're busy, it's so good. I've taken, it's taken me a while. My mind is not fixated on getting a partner in my life. Right now, it's, I hope I meet them somewhere. I hope they come across my path while I'm doing what I'm doing. But it's coming to Christmas time. It's a fact. I wish there was somebody in my life that I'm going to be calling up and saying, oh, what are your plans for Christmas? What are you intending to do? That I was hoping, expecting for a gift. And then I'd be shopping, looking for a gift to get for them, anticipating the long conversations we are going to have, waiting every day for conversations on the phone, that SMS that comes and keeps you smiling for hours, the WhatsApp chats. I don't have it, and I'm with the masses, a lot of us who are in the single lane. And I'm grateful that while I'm in the single lane, it's at a period when I'm happy. And I'm just going to stay that way, because when the time comes, I'll jump again back into the dating apps and hope to God that I get somebody, and I get somebody that is compatible with me, that aligns to my hopes, aspirations, wishes, desires, as I do to theirs. But for now, I'm good. I give thanks to God for the comfort of being contented with the little that I have, and the ability to be busy, even to be mobile, to be busy, to be healthy, and not to be in a space where I'm feeling like my mind has trouble, or my heart has a lot of wanting that is not being satisfied. I really thank God that I'm in that space, and I guess a lot of thanks to family. Family also, you've retired, you've right now also things are very good. I mean, around the family and everything, there's conversations, there's plans, not just for Christmas but New Year. There's constant communication. I'm seeing them a bit more often. I think, in retrospect, maybe even the time when I was much more lonely for company, is the time when I was not very much in touch with family. I was not very much in touch with friends. I wasn't very busy. And probably inside I had so much loneliness on so many aspects. And I wish this to be filled by a stranger, because that's what that type of person is. And I think that's why love gurus, can I call them love gurus? The wise, the old, the elders, the experienced people in life will say that it's always best if you meet somebody when you're at peace with yourself, when you're comfortable, when you're content with what is around you, because you give your best and then you don't have to compromise anything in order to receive affection back or in order to be loved. Previously, when I was looking for a partner, I think I was in a position where I might have compromised myself. But now I'm not. I'm at a strong point. I'm confident about myself. I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with the way things are. I'm content with the little that I have, because I don't have much, and I wish for more. I definitely wish for more. There's no shame about being poor and about not having a lot, and I don't have a lot, and I wish for so much more in financial aspects, in material aspects. It's life. It's very allowed. It's very allowed. Everybody wants comfort. Everybody wants to have a bit of luxury. Everybody wants to have a bit of specialness around them. Everybody wants to feel loved and treated properly and pampered. Once in a while, we all do. And so, until I get that person, that's why I went into a self-love mode. I'm going to give myself as much of that as possible. Yes. And I'm going to draw that from the people whose love is already assured around me in my life, my family and my friends, in as much as possible. And I guess that for the person who will come into my life in the coming future, that prepares for them, that prepares me to come in their life when I'm a much better person, when I'm a much easier person to be with, when I'm a much more loving person, when I have less needs and less requirements and less what, less demands upon them, as I would when I'm broken. Yeah, when you're a broken vessel, you need so much mending before you can be utilized. But when you're wholesome, no matter how many patches you have, then you're ready to use as you come, and there's a mutual benefit, there's a mutual joy between the user and the item. Okay, not the item, between the user and the vessel. Let me say vessel. Yes, because I'll be the vessel for that person and that person will be the vessel for me. It's a symbiotic relationship. So, okay, I'm watching the last video I posted, looking at it. I don't think I did very badly, but I've muted the volume, so I need to watch it now with the volume and then see what I can improve on, what I can change in the coming one. I've been looking for my mic and I haven't found it, because I don't know whether I left it in somebody's house. So I'm hoping that this video is going to come out with the audio properly, so that I don't have to do a voiceover because it's long. But if it does come out with something wrong with the audio, I'm going to leave it as it is. I'll listen in again with the volume raised, and then I'm going to repeat the audio by doing a voiceover, which is not what I want to do. But like I said, I want this vlog and upcoming vlogs to have the background setting different in every scene. So for you, for your enjoyment, the betterment of your enjoyment, and also for the richness of my video, because it's all about you. It's all about pleasing you. So welcome, and remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Cheers. Meals are just perfect. Everything is just great. I mean, it has been such a nice experience. And because of the type of service I've had here, and the meal that I've had, I'm really feeling more confident going where I am. Because I'm working late. I still had to start again something else that had not been finished. I only got the people very late in the evening, so you can hear in the background we are working, and we are working in the night light. But all is going to be well. We've finished. It's the end of a long chapter of something that I had hoped to do for so long, and finally it's finished. So I give thanks. Also, although we are working late in the night, I keep on saying that sometimes God gives me grace to give me people who can work and commit themselves to work odd hours and to extend their working time because they had been working somewhere else. But I'm grateful for that. For all of you who've stayed on the channel, I'm very grateful. Please remember to like and to subscribe wherever you are. If you are Kenyans, I wish you a very happy Jamhuri Day. For the rest of you, let us keep it encouraging, let us keep it hopeful, let us keep it upliftment, let us keep it goodness for others, let us keep it empathy and sympathy towards others, and I'm hoping that we can share the love all round. Remember to be honest, to be straightforward with others, to try to do good, and keep away from evil, and keep away from what is destructive to others. Keep your thoughts clean, but also your actions may be clean. So thank you for staying on the channel. Please remember to subscribe and stay linked in so that you can watch what's coming up next, and I'm hoping that it will all be good. So from Nairobi, magical Kenya, in Ruai, I say goodbye and thank you for staying on the channel. Asante.